And we're back at it. Welcome back for our fourth installment of Symphony of the Night. We did a little bit of grinding after we were done.
Just some cash.
And by we, I mean him, and by me in that situation, I meant that I was like half asleep.
Yeah, like he's passed out, but you know what you should do?
Huh?
You should go shut that door.
Yeah.
Because there's an awful lot of noise coming from the other room, and that'll make for a very shite audio.
Yeah.
Alright, so we last left our heroes.
Try to be audio friendly.
We were talking about fucking Final Fantasy 14.
However, the actual game to be talked about right now is Fallout 4.
Yeah, I saw that.
Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Shut up.
Not today.
Oh, by the way, this is Scott joining us today. Say hi, Scott.
He is our honorary snooch. I've known him through a friend.
He's guest snooch extraordinaire.
Yes.
Guest snooch.
By the way, look at this elevator. Scott, do you have us up? I want more. I want more.
Go down.
Bono want Biddy.
What?
I don't know.
You say Bono want Biddy?
Yeah, like from South Park. You haven't seen that one?
I don't.
U2 is Bono is the biggest piece of shit in the world.
Well, yeah, that's true in real life, but
like he's an actual piece of poo, and they weigh poos in Keurigs. I think that it's either Keurigs or Keurigs. I don't know.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's Keurigs.
It's Keurigs because a Keurig is like a
kind of coffee machine.
Yeah, I'd say that's a
that is one delicious turd. Full-bodied and a little nutty at the end.
Yeah. So fucking shit. It's like the fucking Austin Powers. God damn it. The Austin Powers fucking thing.
A bit nutty. my British not so great.
I hate for some reason the flowers from that from this direction are worse than the flowers going that direction. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe it's just because you're going the opposite direction of like a normal platformer.
It's like for some reason it's like the spacing in the hallway. It's the dumbest thing.
It changed. Somebody did something with.
By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this last time. There's an eyeball in the background. You see it back there?
Oh god, I didn't even notice them. That's a bit trippy.
Yeah.
So what are you doing in there, guys?
Cthulhu,
mind if I come over?
Invited Cthulhu.
Well, it's a possibility. This is a universe in which many things exist.
Didn't we already fight a Cthulhu?
Yeah, a really poorly spelled Cthulhu.
Yeah, Cthulhu. Oh no! The steel bananas fucked you.
He's got bones, man. He's just throwing them bones.
They look like steel bananas. They
All right,
had, like,
so we got the blue, we got the jewel from the librarian, and now we can hit the switch, and that unlocks some stuff. So now we can move on to a new area. So we're playing this, mainly inspired by Kogi Hirashi's Kickstarter, which
we actually need to throw that into the description.
Did you see the latest news on that?
No.
So it continues to hit stretch goals over time and time again. So they keep adding new stretch goals. They just reached the point where it's now going to be available on the Wii U.
Oh my gosh, we're going to actually have console support.
Well, it's all console.
Well,
it was PS4 and Xbox One and stuff, but
yeah.
They added it to the Wii U. The next stretch goal is like another 500,000 away, I believe, something like that.
Jesus.
And that's for the Vita.
Oh, I guess that would be a good platform for it as well.
Okay, so now we're in the underground caverns.
Is there any talk of what platform they're going to be using for this? Or is it going to be like...
It's going to be on the Unreal Engine.
Oh.
And that's sort of the big issue is the Wii U doesn't necessarily...
play well with it.
Well, doesn't necessarily support the Unreal Engine. Nothing is Unreal on the Wii U.
Exactly. Well, it would be unventured ground, as well as there are some hardware restraints because, well, Nintendo tries to do it all in-house, and they just don't do it as well.
So that it'll be interesting to see an Unreal game on the Wii U. Now, they're saying there shouldn't be any issue on a technical level, because the Wii U should have the compatibility to run everything.
If its specs are up to snuff. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. Hell, even trying to emulate a PlayStation 2, like doing PlayStation 2 emulators, can really fuck with a computer.
That's emulation. Emulation's a whole different bag, maybe.
I get that, but it's the way that Nintendo does their stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong, Scott, because you often do. Nintendo tries to do all their hardware in-house, and different hardware will react to just virtually normal software differently. It's why the emulation is so hard for PlayStation 2. It's emulating both the hardware and the software. Where in a ROM, it just
in an emulation, you're emulating the hardware as well as the software. In the ROM, you're not.
Exactly.
The thing is, all of your primary platforms at this point in time are still using PowerPC, so you're not changing architectures.
Really? I thought Nintendo has been trying to stay in-house, or at least they've been talking about it.
No,
well,
all three, the Wii, the Wii U, the
all running PowerPC?
360, the PlayStation 3 and 4 are all running IBM PowerPC.
Yep.
Actually, they're talking about the newest Nintendo console is going to be on Android.
Man, having that being playable on ARM processors, not gonna say no to that.
Well, it's because Nintendo. Okay, this all comes down back. It comes back to Konami in a weird way. It's all kind of full circle. So part of the reason why people are leaving Konami and Konami's dumping all of its properties, right?
Yeah, we actually never really fully covered this. I think in the set.
All right. Well, you heard about Silent Hills, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they dropped Silent Hills.
Didn't Microsoft pick that up though? That's what I've heard.
It's a rumor. It's not. I think they just recently confirmed that it's not true.
Really? Because I don't know. Microsoft can be the savior of it, I imagine, if done right.
Well, they're just.
This is also Microsoft we're talking about.
I know.
Oh, I need the.
But Microsoft has shown itself to be good at hiring certain third parties.
That was all speculation, and it turns out they confirmed it. I think on Twitter maybe that's not a thing.
They're like, hey, everybody, calm down.
Okay.
But yeah, the Konami thing.
Ah, Snake.
Oh my god, that thing is fucking terrifying. That is a very wiggly snake.
He's a wiggly snake.
Not much rhyme or reason, but I guess that's kind of the point.
Gotta run. Water hurts me.
Oh. Walking fucking Sonic the Hedgehog terrors again.
Well, Alucard for some reason doesn't do water. Even though I don't remember anywhere in the lore about vampires being...
Oh, Japanese vampires can't move over moving water. That can be a barrier.
So welcome to Scylla.
Yeah.
It's on me.
Anyways,
it's lore. You can do whatever you want with it, within reason usually.
Yeah, not only that, but there's a literal term. I don't want to insult vampires here, but blank.
Yeah, the vampires are gonna be insulting.
Oh god, you really hurt their feelings. We're gonna be getting fan mail from this.
Yeah.
You always get fan mail from that.
Yes, but not from vampires. Oh god. If someone's listening and you think that you're a vampire trapped in a human, go fuck yourself. Oh no!
However, there are actual conditions where
Isn't
you
this
have
one of your favorite
sickness.
Spite champions?
I want her.
I'm pretty sure she's one of your favorite. Scylla?
No. That one's totally Haven's favorite.
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Well, I've already detentacled her a bit, so.
She had it.
There we go.
Anyways, Konami, Grumble.
Okay, so Konami is they dropped Kojima with no explanation why.
Strange.
And got a crystal cloak here. There's the issue with that is that. By the way, check out this cape.
Oh, that is fancy.
It's because it's a crystal cape, so it's all like
Purpley.
it's purple and it's like translucent kind of too. So it makes that weird shimmery effect.
Yeah, I don't know if the emulator's doing that justice.
Yeah. But, so, they got rid of Silent Hills or whatever, right? And, God, it's always hard to play and then think about things.
Exactly.
Well, I can think about things that I know right off the bat, but trying to recite actual facts properly.
Exactly. Misinformation. Gotta avoid that.
Okay. Well, Konami essentially is trying to get out of video games.
And into...
They're going to their roots with, slot machines and like mobile games and other things.
Mobile games maybe, but...
Well, no, slot machines too. It's something they do in Japan. Like, it's a huge thing in Japan. Like, there are slot machines everywhere in Japan.
I mean, I didn't know... Well, then again, we just recently in Cedar Rapids had... I mean, just within the last couple of years, that big campaign over whether or not to have a casino here.
Yeah.
So I guess that it does make
also
sense.
Yeah, well, building a casino in the U.S. is a whole ordeal because Western civilization is fucking weird.
But this part coming up here is really funny. Watch this shit.
I don't think it's...
So there's these guys.
So you gotta block it up.
There's these guys up here that won't let me through.
So we have to drown them.
So we're gonna block up this little stream here. And what that's gonna do is gonna raise the water level on them. They're gonna freak out.
Oh shit, no!
And they're gonna
start on fire.
They're gonna start on fire underwater. Yep.
They start on fucking fire.
Underwater, yeah.
Yep. They just completely. They just did some. What the hell is that? They were acting as electrodes and separating the hydrogen from oxygen,
Yeah.
then recombining it underwater.
Okay.
Smart people.
So, Konami's trying to get out of the console gaming business, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
They want to stick to what makes them money because they're losing all their property basically. They're not
hemorrhaging on these games.
You know, they're basically going to push out Metal Gear Solid 5 and that'll be probably the end of it.
Oh, I hope it doesn't because when it's at the end of
well, no, I mean if you've seen stuff, I guess the thing is,
I've heard good things. I don't. I'm always this way. I mean, I think just modern gaming has made us this way, where you don't buy a game on release anyways because you're just gonna fuck yourself anyways.
Well, no, I mean, again, this is another Kojima production, which is part of the issue, and Kojima has kind of wanted to end Metal Gear for quite some time now. And Konami keeps trying to keep bringing Metal Gear back every fucking time. And Kojima's tired of Metal Gear. He really is. He wants to move on with his life and do other projects. And
some of those fights that I've seen, like the mech fights and everything else like that, they've gotten so over the top now. It's like, where do we go from here? It's like Fast and Furious.
I suppose. But anyway, we're totally diverging here. So Konami is dropping all these properties, etc., 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 and
shit. Okay.
This comes around to Kogi Igarashi making this game because he left Konami, who made all these Castlevania games. Well, it's kind of been the case with a lot of companies these days. Is you have to do what works, or you're gonna break.
Yeah.
And when it comes to...
It's a sink or swim kind of thing.
Well, exactly. And when it comes to, like, Nintendo, which is kind of where we left off, is Nintendo has all these IPs that are their own IPs. Zelda, Mario, Metroid, Donkey Kong, all these things.
I love his push, by the way. Just...
Which are all great... which are all great IPs, but the problem with Nintendo is they're not competing on a hardware level. Their consoles are not nearly...
They haven't been trying to.
Exactly. But they're also starting to lose steam on their IPs because how many more times can you make Mario do the same thing? How many more times can you play the same Zelda game, the same...
And the answer is and has been every time. Every time.
So we got the Merman statue, which will open up something else on the other side.
You've noticed every time some of their consoles aren't doing well, they have a major Zelda release or a major Mario release.
Buy a
And then-
console, please.
Yeah, and the Wii U is gonna have the new Zelda here at the end of the year, and that's gonna. I mean, that already looks amazing. It looks like Zelda meets Skyrim, which is just fucking everything I
Good
want.
sentence. Good sentence.
But
So a lot of
Nintendo-
explosions.
As
Nintendo's-
long as you can keep the bugs out, because Skyrim is just.
well,
just
yeah,
bug
but it's
them.
that's the one thing you have to give Nintendo
whatever.
credit.
That was the best part of that game, were the
It's
glitches.
it's the one thing you have to give Nintendo credit for is Nintendo's IPs tend to be very polished.
Yes.
Nintendo does not release shoddy,
Or at least glitchy. Or at least on that end, yeah.
does not release shoddy games
Yeah.
of their own franchise.
It
Like,
would be unacceptable.
you know, something might be third-party crappy on a Nintendo system, but they're
Mario Sunshine.
Mario Sunshine was fucking great.
However, in,
Mario Sunshine is a
sense of-
fantastic game, and it's not
it was
glitchy or anything.
extremely polished. However, it was a flop by every sense of the word.
Yes, but
Are
that's
you
got nothing to
kidding
do.
me?
That's got nothing to do with the polish of the game.
Exactly. I mean, hell, like even Toonami. I remember back in the day seeing like trailers for it and having what was the guy's name from Toonami, the robot dude.
Fuck, I don't remember. Dude.
Fuck, he has a name, and I knew it. Anyways, yeah, but even he
Fucking
talked about it.
Pete the Robot. I don't know.
Pete the Robot. Yeah, he said 10 out of 10. He was like 10 out of 10.
It's actually a really great game. It's just that people weren't looking forward to Flood. It's kind of like when people shit on Wind Waker, even though Wind Waker is probably one of the better Zelda games.
Wind Waker is one of the better Zelda games.
But people are like, oh, cell shaded animation, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? 20 years later, Wind Waker still looks good and everything else. Have you played Ocarina of Time lately? That shit looks awful.
Ew, no, thank you.
Okay. Ocarina of Time is still the best-selling Zelda
Yes.
game ever. And
It's still one of the best. But have you seen and like?
yes, I've seen it and I've played it recently. Because God, I go back to it.
Well, see, I've played recently. I've played the DS remake, and they did a great job of cleaning that shit up.
Just freshen it up.
That
a bit.
looked
They don't really have to change much about the game engine or anything else like that. All they got to do is just put in new assets and call it a day.
Yes, because the core of the engine is already still there.
Oh yeah.
So that's
I mean, as long as you're working within the limitations of said medium, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. You can't really fuck it up.
for the most part you can't fuck it up. I mean, you can fuck it up.
Unless you are artistically blind.
Well, it's whenever you add something to a medium that causes issue. And that's a topic for Square Enix, which I'll explain here in a minute. But, I don't want to go. Well, yeah, I do.
Just start sliding backwards.
I was just trying to figure out which direction I want to go while I'm thinking.
You're not good at this thinking.
Well, it's... I'm, like, kind of tired, in addition to also trying to play this and remember which direction I have to go without looking at the map 20 times, while also trying to remember facts about Konami and Nintendo. So give me a break.
The archives are getting strained here.
Yeah. Pulling up too many facts at once. So, but Nintendo's being very viable and bendable for a change. They're changing their policies. They're making mobile games with the company.
Not bad. Not a bad idea.
It's sort of like an anti-Nintendo thing to do, but they
If
can't
it keeps you
afford.
afloat.
They can't afford not to. I went too far down. They can't afford not to at this point.
And here's what going over to the Android platform is going to do. It's going to give long-term sustainability, because keeping an app running on Android is not hard, even through the patches and everything else like that. Reverse compatibility has not been much of a problem throughout the different updates. And being able to stay within the market and on... I get it that they'll be playing on different kinds of phones, and that's where people's experience might actually falter.
Yeah, but we're talking about a console here.
Yeah.
Which is generally a whole different beast.
Yeah. Monster. As you were.
But, Nintendo's actually had a lot of success with their Amiibo line, which has been really...
Amiibo?
You don't know about Amiibo?
No.
So they have these figurines of Nintendo characters that have data storage in the base of the figurine.
Oh, so it's like...
And you can put it on the Wii U pad, and it carries data like a small flash drive or some shit.
Fair enough.
And so, like, for, let's say, like, the Smash Brothers game, you make your own Mii fighter, or you make your own, like, whatever character it is. So let's say you have, like, Link or Samus.
Yeah.
You can train a CPU version, and based on how you fight them, the computer adjusts to that style. So you can train your computer fighter to do certain things, and then you can either, face off against your computer fighter, team up with your computer fighter, so on and so forth.
That's really cool.
It's actually pretty crazy, because a fully trained fighter is a force to be reckoned with. It is.
Yeah.
I've watched people lose to their own fucking, because computer doesn't make human error.
Not only that, but there's not even reaction time. Like, all these elements could just be scrapped. It knows what you're doing.
Which is it's pretty fucking intense, to be completely honest with you. It's pretty fucking intense. I don't want to go that way.
I mean, it's not the holy grail of AI, but Jesus Christ, is it impressive.
And so they're adding the amiibo compatibility with more and more games, and they serve different functionality. Recently, a Nintendo game that came out was called Splatoon. It just came out. And Splatoon is Nintendo's first attempt at a first-party FPS. Actually, it's not FPS. It's a third-person, I believe.
Well, yeah.
But it's not. It's like It's like paintball game.
So they're keeping it like kid-friendly still. Nintendo is pretty good at keeping it nice and fluffy for the kids.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
that kind of has always been their thing.
Yeah.
It works in their favor, I would imagine.
Ultimately, it gets their console into every household instead of it possibly getting knocked down by like uber conservatives or people who are scared of that kind of media.
And so,
oh, you mean the entire fucking South?
yeah. So the amiibo functionality on that game is each amiibo has a set of its own mini challenges you can do in the game, and it unlocks outfits and things for your character. So it's a pretty cool way to keep people involved, put down extra money.
Well, not only that, but also if they can carry this thing around and plug it into somebody else's, then all of a sudden you can actually go over to a friend's house and play with them, and it actually means something. Where that's kind of starting to fade out in other consoles and PC and other things like that. You can just play online. There's no need to do it in person. Trade-offs.
But yeah, so that's sort of the thing. And so you have Konami going out. Oh, this is what we need here. The holy symbol. The holy symbol is probably one of the better relics in the game.
We left him behind, like, standing in the water. He's like, ah, fuck!
Well, it gives me protection while underwater.
Yeah.
And it's in the form of a snorkel. The holy symbol is a snorkel.
Scuba-dooba.
But now I can go underwater. And it doesn't hurt me anymore.
Well, that's nice. Fuck your boat! Also, your jump is ridiculous from underwater. Oh, yeah!
Fucking super jump. Super duper jump.
So we're just going to need to fill up all of the... You were talking about super jump before. Are we just going to fill every cavern with water and just let you have at it?
No, there are further... Oh,
ow.
Damn bats.
They're fucking spawning bullshit.
There are further forms of...
Released their new version set.
Who released what?
Creeper Host changed their control panel.
Creeper Host for Minecraft?
Yeah, the hosting service that I've been using.
Ooh, but as you're saying...
I was saying, I'm pretty sure I thought I missed something, but it might be further... I'm just an idiot. Don't mind me.
It's okay. It's okay. I thought that you'd gotten anything. I didn't see you miss anything.
Well,
there's so many secrets.
There's a ledge that there was something up on. I just didn't remember what the ledge was. It must be further up.
Could be.
Because I wasn't paying super duper attention.
1, 2, 3, go.
Now this part isn't too... Yeah, there's that ledge. I can't get up there because I don't have the boat. Cool. I'm a genius who left the boat.
Karen, let's go.
Yeah.
Sure.
Karen! No! Karen! Sorry, I had to.
I'm probably destroying the pronunciation. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. There's there's a part.
Knuckle duster.
There's a part that it's an interesting weapon. It's God damn it. It's a fist weapon. Punch.
The range probably. Oh, the attack speed is not bad.
You're gonna take him out with the fisticuffs.
Oh my gosh, Natalie was talking about FF14 yesterday, and she said pugilist.
Yeah. It's okay. It's not a common word. How often do you say pugilist?
I know, but like, fair enough. I didn't really use the word until I was playing Fallout 3, and that's like where I learned the word. But still,
Yeah, I forgot. It was like Tommy Ray Hanley, fucking world heavyweight pugilist champion. Back in the 1920s, the pugilists. Fucking shit, dude.
Ah!
There's a couple other words in that game that people don't use on a regular basis. Like, when's the last time you had somebody use the word thaumaturge? Somebody's like, oh man, that guy's a master of thaumaturgy. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's a master of
Are you gonna
what?
go down the street and talk to the metallurgist?
Yeah. It's like fucking when Ross is like, instead of saying I need to go to the pharmacy, he says I need to go to the chemist. Like,
Oh, no, you need to go to the
Fucking
apothecary.
yeah, the apothecary. Exactly.
Of course, always go to the apothecaries.
I mean, maybe if you're playing
I'm sorry, if I want some
Assassin's Creed.
If I want some, like, Aleve or Tylenol, I am not going to an apothecary, just saying.
Would you like me to grind that in my pistol?
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
Pestle and mortars are the shit, and you know it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's great if you're making pesto. I, however, would like drugs from the modern century, thank you.
What, you don't want to go out and do some
Look.
What the fuck drug was that one guy taking when he was trying to figure out the new name for the company in Silicon Valley? Because I think he was doing peyote. He was out in the desert, and that is pretty stereotypical.
Actually, they were talking about Silicon Valley the other day on the radio.
Fucking great show.
I know.
I've only watched season 1 so far. Looking forward to season 2. Flat out. I'm not even gonna spoil it. I love spoiling things, but not today. Not here. Not now.
You heard it here, folks.
He'll do it later.
You heard it here, first, folks. I did that. You heard it here first. You heard it here first, folks. Dumbledore dies.
Oh god, Snape kills Dumbledore. Fucking open the door again. We gotta fume out all this fury coming through this mic right now.
All right, so we're gonna take a little breather here. We'll continue on the next episodes. Clothing. Fucking kill.
This
me.
is what we need. Goodbye.